This story comes to us from firstcoastnews.com out of Jacksonville, Florida. How many times have I said it, guys? When you see lights and sirens, if you have time, pull over, please get out and record it with your phones, cameras, whatever you have that can record. A lot of people have smartphones now and they have a camera on them. They record video. But a Jacksonville officer with a history of confrontational traffic stops was flagged by local prosecutors last year after police body camera footage contradicted his version of events. Thank God he had his body cam running, right? A March 2022 email from the chief assistant attorney to then Jacksonville Undersheriff Pat Ivey noted inconsistencies in two unrelated cases in which Officer Justin Peppers claimed a suspect resisted with violence. In reality, prosecutors say Peppers instigated the violence. And that's usually the way it is. Usually it's the officer that's instigating. It's called escalating because they don't know how to de-escalate. Cops don't know how to de-escalate. I mean, some do. I hate to make that blanket statement because there are some out there that, have people skills, but some don't.
Both incidents were highlighted in the prosecutor's email to the undersheriff last March. It cited inconsistencies between what Peppers said happened and what actually did, saying, quote, officer in both cases appears to assert initial aggression and then charges resisting with violence.
Lay down! This isn't the first time Officer Peppers has had these issues, though, with people on traffic stops.
Ivey forwarded the email to a lieutenant and a sergeant in internal affairs. Asking for the reports and body cam. But there's no record of any further investigation or discipline. Of course not. It's internal affairs. They do internal justifications. But despite raising concerns about the officer's reliability, the prosecutor's offices continue to call Peppers to testify in criminal cases under oath, even though he's a liar. Sharonda Hester, whose case was one of those flagged by prosecutors, said he needs to be stopped. He almost had me a felony. He's messing with people's lives. Some forget that. First Coast News crime and safety analyst Mark Bauman watched the body cam and reviewed Peppers' reports in the two incidents. He said it looked like, at least according to what I viewed on the body cam and what I read in the report, that Officer Peppers may have instigated and started the aggression. That's the concern, that he's playing the aggressor here and someone is not actually resisting at that point. So they're just standing there and he's like, what?
We've reported on him before after a local couple took out a restraining order on him for harassment and stalking, and after a local military veteran accused him of racial profiling and excessive force. But in this exclusive On Your Side investigation, our Ann Schindler reports it's no longer just suspects raising concerns about this officer's actions. Now local prosecutors are raising red flags as well.
Okay, it smells like marijuana coming from the vehicle or from one of y'all. So turn the car off and then just step out. Because you are eligible for arrest, he is eligible for arrest.
I was pulled over for my car.
Put your hands behind your back. Go ahead. Keep talking.
What you said was, I pulled over. Don't grab on me. Don't grab on me like that.
Well, you're definitely going to jail now. That's called bullying, man.
Bully? I didn't even do
that. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hand behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back.
Off me!
Under arrest.
Stop it.
Get off me!
We're resisting.
Put your hands behind your back.
You hit me! You just punched me!
Put your back. Stop.
Stop it.
You just punched me!
You're under arrest for bad.
So you don't want to punch me?
Put your hand behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back.
Off me!
Hands against the car right now. Put your hands against the car. Get down. Lay down. Lay down.
Go ahead.
Lay down.
Go ahead.
Lay flat right now.
And they do. They'll like tweak their arm and then go, stop resisting, man. Well, he's resisting because you're tweaking his arm, his wrist. That's called reflex. Reflex. Some don't know about that. As First Coast News has previously reported, Peppers has a history of confrontational traffic stops. In 2021, a couple he ticketed for excessive tint 3 times in 2 months accused him of stalking and harassment. The couple called 911 on Peppers twice and even obtained a restraining order against him before a judge rescinded it days later. Oh, it's a cop. You can't do that. That's a police officer. In December, a local military veteran accused Peppers of racially profiling him and using excessive force after he was pulled from his car during a November traffic stop. Neither case resulted in discipline for the officer. Internal affairs history includes 21 complaints from both inside and outside the agency in the start of 2021. Only 3 complaints were sustained following an investigation, and none resulted in significant discipline. And it goes down from there. It's really lengthy. But the thing is, 21 complaints, 3 sustained, but no discipline. Yeah. No discipline. That's how it is in every law enforcement agency. I've submitted complaints to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. You know how many were sustained? 0 policy violations, even though they obviously broke policy. I can read. I have an education. The only thing ever sustained in my complaints was, yeah, he provoked you by putting the light in your face. Okay, what are you going to do about it? Yeah, he did it. You sustain that. What are you going to do about it, Sheriff Dicus? And all these other police chiefs and sheriffs that these complaints, 21 complaints against this cop. 21 inside and outside the agency. That means his fellow cops are complaining about him. Oh, yeah, come on. He's a good old boy. This is Jacksonville, Florida. It's time to get rid of this scumbag. You know what I mean? That's the problem with America right there. Well, there's a lot of problems with America, but that's one of the big problems in law enforcement. These cops just turn their head and go, you know what? Come on, man. It's a hard job. A lot of people have a hard job. They still have to put up with the public servants, public service. If I had 21 complaints at my job, I'd be gone at 10 complaints.